Okay, yo, welcome back, welcome to the channel. It is, you know who I am. You clicked on the video. Okay, so today I felt like we could do something a little different. So last night was the presidential debate, and hold on, let me kind of get something set up here. Okay, yeah. So last night was the presidential debate, and so I saw this kind of pop up on my suggested videos, and so well, I'll tell you the title here. So it's "Oops, these were actually Biden quotes." So I'm imagining this is something kind of funny, to where they went out and like they told people that they were like Trump quotes, and then they were like, just kidding, these are Biden quotes, and kind of just picking people a little bit just to kind of see like if people are just voting based on like who they like or like what's actually being said to them. So hopefully it's a good time. It's a good video. This is by no way of me trying to influence your opinion on who to vote for. I just suggest that you do vote, do your civic duty, and yeah, do what's best for America. All right, let's get into this. I feel like there's gonna be some people pissed off there at the same time.
Blatantly racist. He's
once they get tricked.
Yikes! Big yikes! Fat yikes!
Disappointing. Okay, so what if I told you that?
I wonder if this is at like a college campus, or if this is at like it's like a random place, just walking up to random people, like where this is at.
All Joe Biden quotes. Hi, this is Matt Miller with the Daily Caller News Foundation. Today we're here in Meridian Square Park in DC asking people what they think of racist Donald Trump quotes. They're actually all Joe Biden quotes, but we want to see if they changed their answer based on who said the quote. Let's go see what they have to say. We're reading Donald Trump quotes. We're trying to get people's reaction to them. Just like a reaction video. Unless we do something about this, my children are going to grow up in a jungle, the jungle being a racial jungle with tensions having built up so high that it's going to explode at some point.
Okay, I feel like we kind of already might be at that. I feel like, especially here recently, we have super high racial tensions. So I don't know about the jungle part, but I mean, the racial tension is, I wouldn't say at an all-time high, because the civil rights movement, that probably was the ultimate high for America. Was that and the Civil War? Those probably have to be the two highest points of racial tension. But yeah, I mean, this is another peak though, for sure.
I mean, that's kind of what's happening now, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to address the root issues of the racial tension, and yet he doesn't want to support it, so I don't really know what he's suggesting by that tweet.
Poor kids are just as bright as white kids.
What? Yeah. Okay. I actually forgot about that quote, but I did hear him say that though. And anybody that didn't hear him say that, like, I don't know how you couldn't have. I did forget about that though. That was everywhere for like 2 weeks after he said that. That and if you don't vote for me, you're not black statement. I know you can't really hold against somebody like something that they said like that, because it could just be a slip up. And I mean, don't get me wrong, him and Trump have both said some very very racist stuff and very wrong stuff. But at the same time, I feel like you got to kind of cut somebody a certain break, like on things, because they may not have meant it exactly how it came out. So it's just a slip up. But I don't know, that statement still is wild though in itself.
About that.
I think that's a horrible assumption that all wealthier kids are white, and he's an idiot. So
speaking about President Obama, he said Obama is the first mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean.
Yo! Oh, Biden out here tripping. I mean, dude, I can just think off right away. I mean, you got Jesse Jackson, and Al Sharpton right away. I mean, him being in government, he should know Colin Powell. I mean, that's just 3 of them for you right there without even thinking twice. Just boom, off the top. So, I mean, and there's been numerous ones. What? Somebody look these up in the comment section. Fact check these. Make sure that that's actually what he said. Because that's super crazy.
What do you guys think about that?
Yikes. Big yikes.
Yeah.
Fat yikes.
Big yikes.
Big yikes. Okay, all around big yikes.
Fat yikes.
Very articulate. Yikes.
Obama is the first mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean.
That's not true at all, but
I like the way she was like, because she probably had the same thought that I did. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice. All right.
or that it's true that it's like a rare thing for them to be articulate or bright.
Right.
It's so racist and ignorant in every way, and it's like he's never interacted with a black person or anybody else for that matter that has any sense of anything.
Poor kids are just as bright as...
Wait, did I just say look this up? To see, yeah. No, never mind. I confused myself for 2 seconds. Anyway, I feel like that girl is about to have her feelings hurt when she realizes that this is Biden that said this and not Trump. She's gonna. I can already foreshadow that happening because she's saying her posture and like how she's saying stuff is very, very strong. You can tell, right? She truly believes this stuff.
As white kids. What do you think about
My man just...
What do you think about...
She couldn't even address it, just...
this way, I guess. Like, you know, somebody in the president position saying these kinds of things.
Well, of course I think it's unacceptable, but at the same time, I think it's good for all of us to hear that that's what he truly thinks.
He said, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is incredibly diverse and with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
He's just so blatantly racist. There's nothing else. That just literally makes...
Oh man, I just see it coming, bro. This girl is, she's going to be hot whenever he says it's Biden. She's either going to be super mad that he tricked her, or she's going to try to make a bunch of excuses to be like, I just see it. Because she's taking like the strongest stance against this. Like everybody else is kind of more relaxed about it. They're kind of just answering. There's kind of like really like a shock value, I guess, in a way. Where like she's like, I'm not shocked because it's blah 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 blah. Yeah.
No sense, even from like a basic level of understanding.
So, I mean, do you think that somebody with these attitudes, like who said this kind of stuff, should be a leader, like at all? Or should be our president?
Absolutely not. 100% not.
Oh man. Oh, she's going to regret that in like 3 seconds. Unless she wasn't going to vote for either one of them anyway, and she was going to go for a third party. Then she may not care at all. Which also, I don't want to give you guys my actual viewpoints. If you want to know my straight up viewpoints, listen to my podcast, Sometimes Offensive. But just to kind of give you some insight, just keep this video kind of light and fun. I'm a huge candidate for third party people and third party voices. Just to add in another element to the presidential area, or the presidential running. And I'll elaborate on that more in a minute. But that's the only way I don't see this girl get mad, is if she just wasn't going to vote for either one of them to begin with.
What if I told you that these were all Joe Biden quotes? Would that change your point of view or your reaction?
Joe Biden is problematic as hell, but like,
okay. Yeah.
Not had a great past.
Cool. Okay. See, that girl, I like her. She so she wasn't just siding for Biden just right off the rip. And it doesn't sound like she's just going for Trump either, like trying to just attack Trump because she doesn't like Trump. She can see the fault in both of them. So that's good. That's what I want to hear from people.
And I don't believe has a great present, but he is the option that we need.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I kind of feel like I already kind of revealed my hand a bit. I do not believe he is the option that we need. This is what I just want to point something out to you guys. I think that there were some absolute great candidates in the Democratic Party that were running. I will say this though. For them to say that they were the most progressive party and the most democratic party and the one that is the most forward thinking, for them to start off with such a diverse, and for them to like criticize the Republican Party for having typical candidates of older white Christian males that are heterosexual, for them to then in turn present a candidate of who is an older white male who is heterosexual, I just feel as if it's not that it's a slap in the face to other people, because the most qualified candidate should be the one that's presented. However, if they looked at their entire candidate pool and they decided that Joe Biden was the best of all those candidates, they're liars. He is not, I don't believe, the best candidate to present for that party. But let's move forward. Let's just move forward.
To get out of the hole that we're in.
Joe Biden, like, whatever. Like, not a fan personally.
Okay.
But I think the impact that he would have versus the impact that Donald Trump would have with 4 more years is Joe Biden's a better impact for most Americans.
If I told you that these were Joe Biden quotes, would that change your opinion at all, or your reaction to them?
Yeah, well, Biden has
Lots of words.
made some certain gaffes. And
big ones.
Do you think that somebody that brings up stereotypes like this and says Obama's the first clean and articulate black guy, should that be somebody that is our leader, that's our president?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. So that's interesting. You got me.
Okay.
I like that guy. He was just like, he was gonna try to find an excuse there. He was like, I'm really digging here for an answer, but yeah, you got me. I like that. Just went ahead and conceded. But to kind of elaborate 2 more on my point of Biden, I don't dislike him. Because I think there is some things that he was effective at and some good that he has done. But I just want to point out also that Biden has been in government for 47 years, roughly, somewhere around that. And now all of a sudden he talks about this extreme change when he's been at almost every facet of government you could think of. I don't know why all of a sudden this change is going to come out of nowhere. And that's not even to get on his viewpoints on race or anything from beforehand and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, you have a person like Trump who you've seen like things that his parents believed in, particularly his father, and like with his properties and stuff. But then you see how Trump, I guess how he conducted his business. But when he got into office in 4 years, or this 3 years, you see some things that were good and you've seen some bad. But I don't know of this extreme change that they're saying that we need. That I don't know where that's coming from. Like what is this extreme change that Biden's gonna show you that his 47 years hasn't? That's what I'm saying. Where you got a guy here who's 3 years into the game, who still has some growing to do and some developing to do, but puts some people around him that kind of know what's up, that have already been in the game, if that makes sense. So I don't know I'll tell you this. I look at third parties. If that's what I want to tell people. If you take anything else away from this video, take this away. Look at third party candidates and see what they present. There we go.
So what if I told you that these were all Joe Biden quotes? So would that change your reaction to them at all, or response?
Oh, she gonna get mad?
It does make me feel like there unfortunately isn't the...
I didn't even hear what this girl said at first. I never heard the first one. But I'm looking for what this young lady says right here, though.
The perfect candidate for this upcoming election. However, I feel like, instead of that, if we were to look at the whole person, that, just like the 2016 election, to me, Joe Biden is still the better choice.
And the thing about you saying that is like, okay, yes, that's horrible to hear, but it also means that we so easily trust it with Trump and not with others.
Is she about to say that it's okay to say racist stuff, though, just because it's coming from Biden? Okay, I told you guys, I felt like she's either A, gonna get real mad, or B, she's gonna make a lot of excuses for him. But if she tries to excuse that, though, that's a whole different ball game in itself.
Which means it's just so blatantly in the wrong direction in a way that Biden isn't, usually, which is why we're more surprised to hear it's from him, even though obviously it's not okay from anybody, and it is shocking to hear that it's from Biden too.
Okay. Do you think the fact that maybe you haven't heard...
Why is that shocking? Has she never heard him talk about his version of super predators? Why is that shocking? Did she never hear any of his stances way back in the 90s? Or even leading to the early 2000s with the Clintons? Just pointing that out.
Some of these quotes from Biden that were blatantly racist as well might be because of the media, the way the media covers Trump versus Biden. Maybe,
100%. I think that...
Okay, Trump has been yelling that from the mountaintops about the media. Just want to point that out too. This is not an advocate for Trump or an advocation for Biden either. I just want you guys to know I'm playing both sides here to present both sides' arguments.
Media is skewed often
in a way.
To present people in a certain way, and we definitely present Trump in like, look at all these horrible things he does all the time, and let's just like keep nailing them into the public. Because he does do horrible things all the time that just keep going out. And it doesn't make any of this okay. I still will choose Biden over Trump any day.
Biden's not the right person for the time.
She did exactly what I guess she would. Made a bunch of excuses and a bunch of fluff that meant nothing. For her to basically say, I dislike Trump personally, and on top of that, I'm just gonna vote for whoever is against him, just because.
Very clearly has his biases as well, and it's frustrating that it doesn't feel like you have a choice because the alternative is even worse and so clearly and directly harming people and not amenable to change.
What about you that these are all Joe Biden quotes? Would that...
Is she saying that about Trump? Like Trump is that bad of an alternative? Is that what she's saying? Okay.
Does that change your reaction at all, or?
That actually does.
It does.
No, I mean, I just think that's important to know. I mean, my reaction is very similar, but wow.
Can I ask you, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but will you be supporting Joe Biden, or will you be voting for Joe Biden in the election?
That's a really tricky question. Yeah, I don't know.
Look at third parties. Or if there's a system in place that's doing all right, and you are not that interested in third parties, if it's not broken, why would you fix it? That's all I'm saying. Moving forward.
I've been thinking about it a lot lately. The most important thing should be getting Donald Trump out of the White House.
Oh!
We're going...
Look, people, don't focus so much on the person. Focus on who's around them. What are the things that they're doing? Like, that's what's most important. Not your personal feelings about them.
We're picking our poison here, and clearly this is the better option, and it's the more progressive and tolerant option.
Me, I feel like I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting for the people.
I want somebody to see how many times look up how many times Joe Biden has flip-flopped his stances on stuff, and please post it in the comments. Because if she just said that that's the best options, I feel like Trump may have changed on a couple of things, but he's been pretty steady about kind of what he said since he came in, for the most part. But just look up Biden's.
That are gonna support him in that role.
Is there anything? It's kind of like Biden, no matter what. Like anything to get Trump out. Do you guys feel that way? Like, do you agree with that sentiment?
At this point, unfortunately,
Get out of
like
here.
there isn't another option, and I'm so unwilling to have Trump
There is other options, guys. Third parties. Check those out.
in office again. That's what it feels like, definitely.
So no matter what Biden says or does,
I think that's a scary thing to say, but
Answer.
I don't think it's no matter what he does, but to some degree, like, yeah, like unfortunately that's
Oh boy,
fucked up to say, and I know.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap that up right there. Yeah. Anything he says and does is okay. Get out of here. That just lets you know right there. Those people, they don't listen to what's happening or what's being said. They just take their own personal feelings about the person, and they're like, "This is what I'm rolling with because this is how I feel." They're not in the interest of America. They're in the interest of themselves. This was not supposed to be a video of like me advocating for one party or another. I thought it was actually gonna be kind of fun or like kind of lighthearted, and him kind of just joking with people. But it turned out more serious than I thought, and so I felt like I had to become serious with it because of how it turned out. Yeah, guys. Okay. If there is anything we can take away from this is don't vote with feelings. Vote with what is the best options vote for your interest, but also vote for how your interests fit into the grand scope of America. So if your personal interest can help better everything, then go with that. But that's about all I kind of want to say on that, because then I feel like anything else I got to go into a deeper dive explaining that. So I hope that comes across as what I'm trying to say. Look at third parties. Also, look at candidates earlier than at the very end when it's only two left. Because then you are left with really just very few options. So, yeah, but besides that though, thank you all for watching. We are on the road to 5K, so we are trying to make that happen before Christmas. So December 25th, 2020, we want to be at 5K subs. We're gonna do like a giveaway, something fun, something nice, and then keep the ball rolling. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and also check out my podcast. I already kind of threw that out there, I think that's it. I think that's all I gotta say. Yeah. All right. Till next time.